Welcome to this quick express introduction, and today, virtual communications. We now live in a world of virtual communications: text, phone, video conference, Teams, Zoom, hundreds. Everyone in business complains that it's not as effective as being face-to-face. And in this video, we're going to explore why and how we can improve. There are many ways to improve and get the most out of communicating virtually, and I'll cover a few simple but really effective ways to do that in this video. The benefits of improving your and your colleagues' skills on this topic are, first of all, reducing the communication frictions, significantly improving collaboration, and the pace of getting things done. How to? Intent versus impact. I can guarantee you that what you intend to communicate will not have 100% the impact that you want it to have on the stakeholders that you're communicating to. Why? Simple. Because we tend to hear what we want to hear, and each of us have different communication preferences. The way in which we can improve this is, first of all, to be clear on the intent of our communication. Second, to check back the understanding of the impact that that's had, and then bridge any gap between the intent and the impact. Communication preferences. Now, I've covered communication preferences and intent versus impact in another video. I will include the link in the description below. Communication preferences are important. We all have different communication styles and preferences, and you can think of 4 general communication preferences: creative preference, logical preference, procedural preference, and interpersonal preference. If you know your stakeholders' preferences and you adapt your own communication style just a little bit to meet their communication needs, you will be far more successful in your virtual communications as well. The impact of virtual communications. There have been many studies, and generally there's a consensus that only 7% of our communication is the words that we say. This is the reason that virtual communications are not as effective as being face-to-face. 55% of our communication is body language. That includes the reactions on our faces. 38% of our communication is the tone in our voice. So let the team see, feel, sense, and hear each other. Anything you can do to improve the visibility of the body, hear the tone of voice, and give clarity to the words that we say will improve your communications. Communicate with tact, the tact cycle. Think, adapt, communicate, and test. First of all, think about your stakeholders, your audience, what their preferences of communication might be. Second, adapt to the virtual media and to the preferences of your audience. Third, communicate with clarity, unity, and pace. Fourth, then test for understanding. Ask for feedback. Ask if they have understood the messages you are providing. The final tip for this video is a simple discipline to improve any virtual meeting, and that is SPACER, which stands for safety, purpose, agenda, code of conduct, expectations, and roles. Safety can be physical or virtual in terms of what happens if the connection gets broken. Purpose, be clear about the purpose and the goal of the meeting and the communication. Agenda, have a list of topics that need to be covered. Code of conduct, the basic rules of the meeting. Expectations, what do you want to get out of the meeting or the communication? And then roles, who's taking the meeting minutes, who's looking after the time. It's super easy but often missed in meetings, but it has a really great impact. In summary, be mindful of the intent versus impact gap. Consider communication preferences. Think about body, tone and words. Use the tact cycle, and for any kind of meeting, use spacer. This has been Virtual Communication. Thank you very much for watching.